obviously a morning routine and what is productive is sort of subjective, but objectively, what is really important is sleep. The thing is that I find is difficult for me personally when getting to sleep is our mobile phones. It's the thing we're most addicted to. It's the thing where we get tons of validation from likes or messages from girls or boys or whatever you're into. So it's this thing which is like hard to let go of, and it just stimulates your brain. I've set up a screen time thing with a password, right? And my mum knows the password to it and I don't. And I've set it to lock out after 1 minute of use. So 1 minute of use and it resets at 12. So by 12, 1 minute passed, my Snapchat and everything else is locked out. So sort of by 10 minutes past, my other apps, everything's locked out. I can't go on my phone. The only thing I can do is read. And by that time of reading for an hour, I'm tired, and then I can wake up at 9, I've had 8 hours of sleep. And then I'm feeling refreshed for the morning, and then I'm feeling, wow, this is a really good start. So sleep is the most important thing. So figuring out how you can get rid of those distractions, if you can, use app blockers or screen time reductions. Just to clarify with the Snapchat, obviously, once you've gotten up and done your morning routine, you're allowed to get your Snapchat locked out again. That's sort of the agreement you can have with a friend or someone who lives in your house or someone like that. Time reductions like I've used, or if you're a disciplined person or an accountability partner where they can take your phone at night, and if you don't give them your phone, then there's a consequence of like maybe you have to give them £50 or something. Like a habit contract, which I've spoken about before. It's an agreement with someone where if you don't do what you've agreed to, then there's a punishment. You can write it down and sign it out. And I think these ideas of something where there's actual physical blockage there, like you can't go on your phone, you have to go to bed, works really well for me. And if you're lazy, like me, then it works well. Also, another tip that will help you get more sleep, which will increase your melatonin, which I'm sure if you're in the self-improvement interest space, Andrew Huberman speaks about the importance of sunlight because it increases the melatonin over time. So if you get out in the first 15 minutes and get sunlight for 15 minutes or half an hour, the levels of melatonin build up, and then it makes you more sleepy later at night. So then, hence, it will help you to get to bed earlier, and then you'll wake up early, you'll feel more refreshed, you'll be ready to start the day. Another tip is to do research into the negative effects of bad sleep. Like, the negative effects of bad sleep is like developing higher chances of Alzheimer's, cardiac arrest. And the way your brain works is, my coach was saying this literally yesterday. So when you get a sufficient amount of sleep, it's like your brain like cleans itself of all this waste. And if you don't get a sufficient amount of sleep, then the waste stays in your brain. And it's like, that's why you get brain fog, and you can't think straight and you can't focus properly, and it just affects you. And especially mental health wise, if you're not sleeping, you feel depressed, you feel more anxious. It's a terrible start to the day. So sleep is the most important thing if you want a good routine. It's boring, but it's the most important thing. Now, the second most important step for a good morning routine is getting out of bed and not just laying in your bed. Like, it's so important. Like, if you're just laying in your bed, and not doing anything productive, and you stayed in extra and you procrastinated, hitting the snooze alarm, you feel like fucking shit. You feel horrible, especially if you plan to do stuff. I personally feel terrible. I'm one of those people who I struggle to get out of bed, but something that's been helping me, and I can get out of bed so much easier when I want, is something called the Barcode Alarm app. Basically, what it is it's an alarm that can be unlocked when it is scanned a barcode. So basically, you pre-set up a barcode to scan. So in your bathroom, it could be like the toothpaste barcode or the shampoo barcode. And obviously, you want to keep it there, and then you can scan it off in the morning, and it won't shut off until it's scanned off. So a good tip is to have it set off when you want to get up, have it in your shower room. So then eventually you're going to have a shower, and then figure out how long it takes for you to shower and get dressed, and then have another barcode alarm set down in the kitchen when you're going to eat, or the next habit you're going to do after you've dressed and showered and you're ready. Whatever the next thing is, then it naturally leads you doing it, because otherwise the consequences, there's going to be this really loud barcode alarm just going off in your ear. Or like I said, you could use another habit contract, or developing the skill of discipline. It depends where you're at. If you're a really disciplined person, then you can probably just get up out of bed anyway. But it just depends on where you're at, what level you're at. Or another good step for getting out of bed is figuring out your purpose. Like, what really motivates you in life? Because if you're struggling to get out of bed, you're probably struggling with purpose and leveling up in your life and feeling that things are flowing in an upward momentum where you're building your self-esteem up. If you're struggling with self-awareness to know what is fulfilling in life for you, it's good to ask yourself questions like you're on a date with yourself. You can either write this down or say it out loud or record it or do whatever you want. Just ask, what is most fulfilling in life to me? Where do I feel the most joy? And just answer it and just keep answering it. And when you stop, answer it again until you find it, and just ask more questions until you find it. You just want to trigger the answer by asking questions, like you're just trying to get to know yourself, like you're trying to get to know your purpose. So for me, I could be like, what do I really enjoy? Well, I really enjoy doing YouTube. So maybe YouTube's a thing, or is it acting? I also enjoy acting. And then it's figuring out what is the most exciting thing and setting it up as easy to do with as least friction as possible. So it's as easy to do, so you're more likely to do it and keep it going. So say if you're really motivated on getting abs for the summer, maybe in your room you have the mat laid out. You have the mat laid out and you have the weights there, or whatever you need setting up in your gym shorts and your top, so you can immediately just go into it. Because where there's least resistance, you're more likely to do it. I'd recommend is eating as well. I mean, I know some people like to fast till later on, but I recommend eating, especially if you're trying to bulk up. Wow, I'm such a massive man. I'm so massive. Yeah, but I'm trying to bulk up right now, so breakfast is really important for me. But yeah, I'd say they're the key parts to start the morning routine. You don't want to think about things that are too fancy. You want to get good sleep. You want to get up, shower. So once you shower, I'm sure you're just going to want to start the day and be productive. And you want to find your mission, your purpose. And once those are there, once those habits are built in, then you want to start thinking about, okay, maybe I want to introduce meditation. Maybe I want to introduce love and kindness meditation or self-compassion meditation, or maybe I want a deep journal on my insecurities to help with self-compassion, or maybe I want to go out and work on social skills, or maybe I want to go work on my business. But fundamentally, if you have no routine, you need to be getting sleep first. Sleep is key. Enough sleep, 8 to 9 hours of sleep. Then you want to be getting up out of your bed early, even if it's an hour earlier than you were before, and developing from there, and showering so you feel refreshed, and then you're not going to go back to sleep. They're the most important things. Once you have those down, then start building up. Don't start too much. Don't do a whole list of things you want to do, like 12 things in the morning, because then the habit's just not going to stick. You've got to start small, build up, take your time with it, and that's what I've been doing. And I've been feeling much better in my morning routines. So yeah.